Yo guys, what is going on? Today I'm going to be talking about the mentality you need if you want to go pro. The very first mentality trait you need is actively wanting to play against better and better players. Now, if you're someone who is under the 5 or even 10k PR mark, you probably don't want to start off playing against tier 1 players. And you don't have the opportunity to either, as most custom game discords are restricted by the amount of PR you have and what placement you are on the PR leaderboard. But someone who is successful in Fortnite, or in any other game for that matter, is someone who seeks out the best possible challenge for them to play. The reason a lot of players stagnate at a certain skill level is because they play against the same players day in and day out, never getting challenged more than the day before. So what am I telling you? Am I telling you to leave your friend group because they aren't good enough at Fortnite? Well, of course, I'm not telling you that, but you gotta have a serious conversation with yourself what you want to do with this game. The people around you are one of the main factors behind what level of success you will have in any sport or esport for that matter. Just think back to when you played sports when you were younger. How some teams developed amazing talents and others just didn't. If you've been in a friend group for 1 year or more and seen very minimal improvement, and your absolute #1 goal is becoming a professional in this game, then you need to ask yourself some questions. Am I not improving because I'm not playing enough? That should always be your first question. And then secondly, you need to ask yourself, am I playing the wrong things? Is playing 1-on-1 build fights against my friend It's Jimmy 886 for 4 hours really gonna exponentially improve my skill? I'm not here to make anyone mad, but if your only priority is to become one of the best players, you need to make some sacrifices. And that is unfortunately the hard and honest truth. The second mentality trait of a professional player is setting small goals and acting on them. A lot of players that aren't pros only focus on becoming better generally at the game by playing it. Professionals, however, divide their game into multiple different parts and understand what it is they need to put their efforts into to improve and become better. If a professional player sees that he needs to improve his mid-game in order to succeed more in tournaments, that pro player will dedicate a lot of time into firstly studying how other great players play out their mid-game and understanding why they succeed and not him. And secondly, finding reasons behind why he is struggling in mid-game, and you have to understand that that pro player won't quit working on that problem until he has come up with a bulletproof, easy to understand solution that he can act on to his problem. This is a massive contrast to what low-level players do. Sure, they go into replays and try to find out why they die. They look over the games, but they don't fully understand the reason why they die and why they're unsuccessful. They simply can't see the full picture. If you VOD your games and don't fully understand the reason for your bad performance, then you're more or less wasting your time. You have to spend enough time to 100% understand what you did wrong. And for low-level players, it is usually a lot of things. Some major mistakes, and mostly a lot of minor mistakes. The third mentality trait of a professional player is that even when they don't play the game, they visualize playing it in their head in extreme detail. Now, why is it important to visualize yourself playing if you want to become a pro player? Honestly, it's very simply because visualizing yourself playing, even when you're not on your PC, comes with a very significant improvement benefit. Studies show that players who visualize themselves playing a video game, a sport, or more or less anything else in extreme detail in their head see noticeable benefits from it. Now, specifically in Fortnite, when a lot of pro players make a misplay in practice or in a tournament, they think about that mistake in their head for a long time, running through the scenario over and over again, thinking the exact play he or she could have done to win that fight or win that game. The beauty of visualization is that you can easily learn it if you try implementing it after you've played. Instantly after you've died in a game, think of the situation in your head and run through a scenario where you would have won. And just like that, you have practiced visualization. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it actually works. The fourth mentality characteristic of a winner or a professional is that they take responsibility of their own mistakes and learn from them, and they never blame ridiculous outside factors like unluckiness. When a professional makes a mistake in a game that costs the team to lose, they straight up say it like it is, by saying things like, my fault. A lot of low-tier players always blame their teammates, and blaming your teammates is a dangerous thing, because when you blame your teammates instantly when dying, you don't even for a second think about what you did wrong and how you could have played the situation better. Sure, A lot of the time, your teammate will be the reason for you dying, but a professional will look at what he could have done differently to make more of the situation. A professional would think how he could have clutched that 1v2 fight, and say things like, I should have clutched that. Just a little shift in your mentality towards this improvement mindset will help you so much in your improvement and overall in life. The fifth and arguably most important mentality trait of a pro is the ability to take criticism. Being able to listen when people come with advice, when your duo says something you could have done differently, and generally speaking, just being open to feedback. Obviously, a lot of professional Fortnite players nowadays have coaches which give them feedback all the time. Tell them what they do well and what they do not so well. And feedback is one of the main factors behind succeeding at a high level in anything. So if you have the ability to get a coach or get someone good to talk about your flaws, then I would highly recommend that, because there are insane benefits behind being open to criticism. Hey guys, there you have it, my video on the professional player mindset. I really hope you learned something new, and I do want to thank you all so very much for watching all the way to the end. That means a lot. As you all know, my name is M1K3 Editz. Stay safe and take care.